Back to Rundown. Of course, the biggest show of the year going to be recapped today, that being none other than SummerMania 17. And starting off SummerMania would be the finals of the Mr. SummerMania Cup tournament. Hunter Houken taking on Fletch. Fletch has said Hunter Houken would be a problem since Hunter Houken debuted, and that proved to be true, as Hunter Houken would pick up the victory and get his SummerMania moment in his first ever SummerMania. On his way to capturing the SummerMania Cup, Hunter Houken would defeat Julian Jacobs, Brandon Hobbs, and Fletch. And you know, it seemed like Fletch might be kind of teasing a retirement. We'll have to wait and see what he has to say about that and what's next in the bright future for rising star Hunter Houken. But next up, two former tag team champions. Myself going one-on-one with my brother S.2 in a loser leaves town match. So, of course, the loser would be forced to leave XCW. And, unfortunately for the XCW Galaxy, no, I did not lose. S.2 would lose, and now he is forced to leave XCW. So we know we won't be seeing him anytime in the near future. Next up, though, speaking of former tag teams, we're going to do a couple of current tag teams. Law Enforcement taking on the Hardliners in a Pandora's Box match for the XCW Tag Team Championships. Of course, Pandora's Box, you get pinned, you must enter the penalty box and hope you're able to escape it before your partner is also pinned. This match was brutal from start to finish, and finally, after months of chasing, knowledge is power, the Hardliners, Law Enforcement finally captured those XCW Tag Team Championships, and now this is both Jaden Tucker and Jackson's Law first run as any sort of champion in XCW. But with SummerMania around, of course, there's always the SummerMania pre-show, and this year we would see a debuting Onyx taking on everyone's favorite masked character, Taven. So stick around for that, and then when we come back, we got a few more matches to get to.
Here we go. Ready, Onyx? Ring bell!
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, SummerMania kicking off. Taven versus the debuting
Onyx is the name today. Ooh. Oh! Onyx using those legs, man. Woo! Oh, and get him into the corner right here.
Right, elbow after elbow.
Oh! Now we're switching places here.
Oh, Taven with the upper hand. Taven, no slouch. He's been around the XCW for quite some time.
I love it. Oh, man! Right there. Plants him like a tree.
The power of Taven.
Ooh. Saving it. Oh! Oh! Love it!
More educated feet by Onyx.
Oh! I don't even know what to call that, but it looks beautiful.
Gosh, more down. Onyx almost getting his first taste of victory here in XCW.
Love it. Oh, nasty chop by Taven right there.
Nice spinning heel kick there by Onyx. Can he get back in this matchup?
I think we believe he can. Crowd getting behind him.
I believe he can as well.
Oh! Good gosh. Oh! Oh!
What an innovative submission by Onyx.
Ooh. That might cost Taven the match right there. I don't know if he's going to be able to bounce back from that. Ooh, and a 2 count right there.
What are you saying, Steve?
I don't know, but if Taven can bounce back from this, that submission was dirty. Oh, good gosh. Elbows.
Oh, yeah, forearm, Steve.
My bad. Oh. Oh, man, a nasty shoulder check right there. God.
Right, this rookie here of Onyx in a bad way as Taven seemingly calling for it here.
Here it is. Oh, that nasty choke slam right there.
Got all of it.
Here it is. Oh, wow, and a 2 count. There ain't no way that I think he was trying to say that should have been a 3 count, but we'll see.
I'd say you're about the same intellect level as Taven, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh, wow. Oh! Oh, wow.
Nice maneuver there. I know he calls it. Is it enough?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
The winner of this match, as the result of a pinfall, the Forgotten Gem, Onyx!
A debut for the man Onyx.
Yes, sir. Great match. Great first match.
Debut indeed. The future is bright for Onyx, and we're just getting started here at SummerMania.
And back from that SummerMania pre-show match that saw a debuting Onyx pick up the victory over Taven. Onyx possibly might have a bright future here in XCW, so we'll have to stay tuned and see where his career goes next. But speaking of, a personal rivalry, this has gone back to the Kurt Acid Memorial Show. Justin Parsley has been doing anything in his power to antagonize Venom. And finally, Venom will get his hands on Justin Parsley in a match unsanctioned by XCW. So if there was any injuries, anything that these men didn't like, there's nothing we could do about it. And of course, Emily Moore was the special guest referee. But after months of Parsley getting in the head of Venom, Venom would get the final say as he came out victorious, even though Parsley tried everything, whether it was with his 2 girlfriends, DJ Wolbert, Seminole Warrior by his side. Venom would still come out victorious and hopefully put Justin Parsley in the rear view mirror. Next up, though, we would see the International Championship on the line. Of course, a newly turned void Julian Jacobs taking on Jay Ellis. And these two men would go back and forth, but Jay Ellis would once again come away victorious, making Jacobs pass out. Jay Ellis now has once again retained that International Championship, but one may say Julian Jacobs might feel he's not done yet chasing after Jay Ellis. Now, speaking of also championships, the Hardcore Championship was on the line in King of the Mountain. Brandon Hobbs having to retain against Evan Phoenix. DJ Wolbert, Jesse Justice, and the newly crowned New Age champion J.J. Kelty. And of course, King of the Mountain. To become eligible to hang that title, you would have to pin an opponent, which this match, being hardcore, even at one point, Brandon Hobbs putting skewers into the head of Jesse Justice. Jesse Justice skewering the head of Brandon Hobbs. But it would be Brandon Hobbs with the hardcore in his middle name coming out victorious, becoming King of the Mountain. But one of the most brutal matches and rivalries, Hayden Vex, Tommy Merriman in a 3 stages of hell match. Those stages being a street fight, first blood, and a last man standing match. Tommy Merriman would get the first fall and make it 1-0 early. Of course, this favoring Tommy Merriman, but Hayden Vex would tie it up at 1 apiece, sending it into the decisive 3rd and final fall, that being the last man standing. And it would be the Alpha being the last man standing. And we now know Hayden Vex has a date with the XCW champion, as he is now once again #1 contender and on the top of the throne here. Speaking of Hayden Vex, we're going to cut to a commercial break, but when we come back, we will have Vex joining us for today's phone interview.
I'm crossing out names, and no one is safe. I'll leave a rose on your grave. It's the Taven grenade. Here we go again, gunning straight for the top, from the belly of the beast, 'cause we're straight off the block. Yeah, compare me to none, 'cause I got the heart of a champion.
Back from our first commercial break, like I said, we would have the newly crowned #1 contender to the XCW Championship, Hayden Vex, joining us. And Hayden, you know, we've seen you and Tommy the Man Merriman go back and forth for months. You brought out the moniker of the Natural Born Killer. When did it come to you that this moniker would be needed to finally put an end to Merriman?
It was obvious because of how great Tommy the Man Merriman really is. You see, it started with just a message, and then it got serious. Then I finally got Tommy's attention, and I realized maybe I fucked up. And then I got to thinking, no, I didn't fuck up. I did exactly what needed to be done to bring that natural born killer back out of me.
All right, and once again, you're back at the top, staking your claim to the XCW Championship, being the #1 contender. Now that Hayden Vex is back at the top of his game, what would you have to say to anyone who tries to stop you?
To anyone that tries? Oh my gosh. Well, good the fuck luck. There ain't one person on the roster that stands an absolute chance against me at this point. I will capture my World Heavyweight Championship back, and I will rule XCW.
And at SummerMania, I know we haven't talked about it on Rundown yet, but we saw Blackheart capture the XCW Championship. Blackheart being a man that has history with Hayden Vex. You know, you and Blackheart, of course, having this history, is it going to throw you off your game at all, knowing that Blackheart knows you probably better than anyone else in XCW?
You know, Blackheart knows me very well, but I also know Blackheart very well. And I know that no matter what he does, no matter what he pulls, no matter what he thinks and says, I will always, always, always be one step ahead of Blackheart. All he's going to be doing is holding that world title, keeping it warm just until I get it.
All right, well, you guys heard it from Hayden Vex with the Alpha. Also, the Natural Born Killer back around. There's possibly no one in XCW capable of stopping Hayden Vex. But we have to get to our second commercial break. When we come back, we got 3 more matches to talk about. And, of course, our XCW Extra, Blackheart, taking on Anthony Steele.
A brawler, a franchise player, a dream, a death match, and, well, a world title. Hi, I'm Brogan O'Shea. You have to give the people what they want. And the people want Brogan O'Shea as their champ. And man, what a story this is going to be. Let's get into it.
Do it now.
Coming soon to XC Wrestling.
Back from our final commercial break in the first match to discuss back from break, the death match between the All-American Brady Branson and Hazard. Of course, Hazard synonymous with the death match, and Brady Branson synonymous with going to the limits to pick up the victory. And Hazard dominated most of this match, busting Brady Branson open early, but Brady Branson would also bust Hazard open, and it would be Brady Branson sending Hazard through a barbed wire table. Hazard not able to answer the count. Brady Branson picking up the win, and afterwards it seems like Hazard has now officially announced his retirement from XCW, one of the all-time greats in XCW. Of course, good luck to him as he continues with life outside of wrestling. But we have to get to our semi-main event once again two former tag team champions going at it in the form of Brennan Stickle taking on Corey Lee in a 20-minute Iron Man match. We would see disqualifications, countout, pinfall, submission, and Corey Lee would be the man to beat the streak. Brennan Stickle was 6-0 heading in to SummerMania 17, but it is now 6-1 thanks to Corey Lee defeating his former partner. We're not sure if we've seen the last of Brennan Stickle in an XCW ring, but stay tuned, and who knows when the bad man might show up. But our final match for the XCW Championship main event, Blackheart, the Extreme King winner, taking on XCW champion Brogan O'Shea. At one point, it looked like this match could have easily gone south for O'Shea's career in general, as he landed on his head. An unfortunate event that, of course, is scary no matter who it is. But O'Shea would be able to finish the match. Unfortunately, though, not coming out victorious, as Blackheart would defeat Brogan O'Shea to capture his first XCW World title here. And afterwards, we saw Hayden Vex come out for a stare down with Blackheart. You heard it. These two men have history, and these two men know each other very well. And you know, being SummerMania, we'll go ahead and give the rating. I'd say I'll give it a A-. Of course, there are tons of bright spots, but a couple matches that were a little bit iffy, had some bad moments, but still an A-, a great grade. And in 2 weeks, we will have high stakes. Of course, nothing announced yet, but all matches will be determined by a spin of a wheel. I mean, it's possible you could see Tommy Merriman and Hayden Vex randomly paired up for a match. Or who knows, you could see Hunter Halkin in a Monsters Ball match. Anything could happen with a spin of the wheel, but that's in 2 weeks. Right now, though, we have our XCW Xtra, newly crowned XCW champion Blackheart going one-on-one with former New Age champion Anthony Steele.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another XCW Xtra here on the Rundown, as we are about to be joined by Anthony Steele, a well-traveled wrestler here, and he made his mark in the XCW for quite some time, and now he looks to knock off a former international champion, a former tag team champion, and now we know an XCW champion in Blackheart. Anthony has his work cut out for him, but to this recording, he is undefeated in XCW.
Yep, you mentioned all the championships Blackheart has won in XCW. Of course, Anthony Steele being a former New Age champion, he defeated, I believe, DJ Wolbert for that title in a trunk match. So, I mean, we've seen Anthony Steele win titles here in XCW, but, like you said, his opponent, Blackheart, is synonymous with championships in XCW. Just won the biggest of all with that XCW championship now in his hands.
How's it going?
Yeah, Blackheart has had quite the 2022, a remarkable 2022. A possible Superstar of the Year candidate is Blackheart at this point, and he's got his work cut out for him, as him and Anthony Steele will face each other for the very first time. And like I said, Anthony Steele is undefeated in XCW, and this was the last match that Anthony recorded before parting ways with the company. So, is Anthony Steele going to be able to go out in XCW on a high note, or is Blackheart finally going to put a stop to Anthony Steele? Nice showmanship there, a handshake between the two.
Yeah, that'll finally be in run, these two men locking up, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see who may have the advantage early on. Blackheart with a nice headlock, but Anthony Steele shooting him off the ropes.
Side headlock, Irish whip off the ropes, shoulder tackle. Anthony Steele has, believe it or not, a size advantage over Blackheart, towering over Blackheart. And Anthony Steele has quite a bit of power behind him.
Definitely does, with those men back to their feet. Side headlock from Anthony Steele, but Blackheart shooting him off the rope. And a nice shoulder tackle taking down Anthony Steele.
And I think both of these men are in a feeling out process right now.
Yep.
Both men have done the shoulder tackles, taking each other down. They're feeling each other out. They're trying to feel
which one is going to be able to get on top of this match and get a win.
Like you said, they've never faced each other, so when you're in the ring with a new opponent, you want to figure out what is the best way to take them down. Of course, what you did with the former opponent might be different from what you're going to do with your new opponent.
And look at this, agile Anthony Steele right back to his feet, and nice chain wrestling between these two.
You know, for being as tall as Steele is, having the height advantage, his agility is very underrated, as we just saw there.
Neither one of these men are one-trick ponies. They will surprise you when they need to the most, including this, a senton splash down across the stomach of Blackheart, and there's a pin, 2, and a kick out from Blackheart.
His senton splash not going to finish Blackheart off, but right now Anthony Steele in firm control here. Got to stay on the attack, though. Blackheart is definitely someone you don't want to give an opportunity to regain control.
Anthony Steele with a hard right shot has got Blackheart rocked here, and into the corner goes Blackheart. Anthony Steele with jabs to the stomach, but what does Anthony got to do to put away Blackheart? Can he get Blackheart up for the taste of steel?
You know, Anthony Steele with a couple of elbows, followed by a nice kick to the side of the head here. Blackheart once again knocked off his feet.
The Pele kick has got Blackheart rocked. Can this be enough? And no, a kick out from Blackheart.
You know, Anthony Steele just slowly beating down Blackheart, might be trying to create the opportunity to hit that taste of steel and pick up the victory.
Well, we got to be impressed with Anthony Steele. He's been in control for most of this match. And Blackheart looks like he's a little bit in desperation mode here, as he gives a clothesline in the corner, ducks the second, and a Pele kick rocks Blackheart.
You know, even when it looked like Blackheart was gaining some momentum, Anthony Steele right there with a Pele kick to take Blackheart down, but you can see it right now, both men off their feet. Gotta say, whoever gets to their feet first might be the one to gain momentum and use that in a push to victory.
Both men attempting to get to their feet as the referee begins the count. Both men get to their feet. Now who's going to get the advantage? A hard shot from Blackheart has got Anthony Steele rocked. And here we go. They're trading punches here.
Back and forth here from Anthony Steele and Blackheart, as you see with powerful punches here.
Uh-oh. There's the discus forearm from Anthony Steele, and we've seen him put some guys away with this before too, and a kick out. And Blackheart didn't have a lot of power behind that kick out. That could have been almost it.
And you said before that discus forearm has taken men out before, but not able to take Blackheart out here. But Anthony Steele back to his feet. Looks like he might be trying to stay on the attack.
Anthony Steele trying to pull Blackheart back to his feet here. But Blackheart smartly sweeps the leg, gets a punch, and now he's stomping away in a senton splash of his own. Could this be enough for Blackheart to put Anthony Steele away? 2 and a kick out.
Blackheart known for that patented senton. It's one of the better known moves in his arsenal, but not enough to put away Steele.
This has been a great back and forth match, and it looks like Blackheart may be sizing Anthony Steele up for the black mask. Can he get it? No. Steele ducks. He goes for the taste of steel. He gets out of it. Off the rope. Goes for the kick. There it is! The black mask to the face! Could this be all she wrote for Anthony Steele? And it is! A 3 count. Anthony Steele's undefeated streak comes to an end.
And Blackheart, you saw it, he was sizing up for that black mask. Anthony Steele looked like he could have hit the taste of steel, but it's Blackheart connecting with the black mouth to make it lights out for Anthony Steele and that undefeated streak.
Just like I said earlier, what a crazy 2022 it has been for Blackheart, as the sportsmanship here gets Anthony Steele to his feet, a handshake, and we have seen a hell of a match here on the Rundown on XCW Extra. But ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. Thank you for joining us here on the SummerMania edition of the Rundown. We will see you in 2 weeks.